right, today on Through the Numbers, it is the NHL show. We're going to be going over best bets for Tuesday, October 8th. I got a couple plays that I like. There's 3 games going on. We got the St. Louis Blues taking on the Seattle Kraken, the Boston Bruins taking on the defending champion Florida Panthers. And we got the Chicago Blackhawks taking on the Utah Hockey Club. So first play I want to jump into is I'm going to give you what I like to call the puck line parlay. So the puck line parlay goes like this. It's St. Louis plus 1.5 against the Kraken. The Blues have covered in 61% of games last year. They covered 1.5 in all 3 games last season versus the Kraken. And they're 7-2 all time versus the Kraken. Then the second leg of that parlay is the Boston Bruins plus 1.5. They covered plus 1.5 in 82% of their games last season. They covered in 3 straight versus the Panthers and 9 of their last 11 versus Florida. So Boston will be highly motivated to try and spoil Florida's big night as they'll be raising the banner. So I like both these teams to win, but it's really, really tough betting NHL money lines. So when you can get a good team at plus 1.5 on the puck line, I like to take those, even though the odds are pretty juicy. I like to take those. I like to parlay them into something plus money. You can parlay these 2 plays into a plus money 2-leg parlay, and they don't have to win just as long as they don't lose by 2. Let's stay in that game between the Bruins and the Panthers. And a play I really like is Elias Lindholm to get a point. And the reason why I like this play is because it's at plus money, and he's projected to play top line, top power play with David Pastrnak. David Pastrnak is one of the most dangerous scorers in the league right now. And I think the reason why this is at plus money is because it's Lindholm's first game since coming over from the Vancouver Canucks. He scored in 7 of his last 10 in a second or third line center role. So him taking over and getting those top minutes, looking at like 18 minutes a game, very good chance he's going to have the opportunity to get a point, especially playing alongside Pastrnak. So I like this just because of the value at plus money. So I'm taking Elias Lindholm to get a point at plus money. The next play I want to talk about is Logan Cooley to get over 2.5 shots. So to get 3 shots. Most books have this at 1.5 at like juice to like minus 190, which is fine. But I would take the outline on this one and take Logan Cooley to get 3 shots. So here's why. He's gone over 2.5 shots in 7 of his last 10 of last season, 55% of his last 20. And he's pretty much gone over in every game. He's getting around 17, 18 minutes or more. So he's projected to be in the top 6 role. I think he earned that in the late push of last season. And, I think a lot of people are expecting him to take a step this season. So if he's going to get the opportunity in that top 6 role with those points, with those minutes, I like him to get shots. And another reason why is his last 2 games against the Blackhawks, he went well over 2.5 shots. And the Blackhawks were a bottom 4 team for shots against last season. So they give up a ton of shots, and they probably still will because they really didn't improve defensively. They added pieces to make their offense a little bit more potent. But other than that, their defense kind of looks the same. Their goaltending is not that great, but that's not really important. We're just focused on shots on goal. And I think Logan Cooley in a top 6 role, if he gets the minutes that he's projected to get, he can hit this. And this is at plus money. I got it at plus 165. I think I saw it at 182, plus 182 somewhere else. So I'm willing to take a shot on this one. If you were feeling it, then maybe you should too. And then last but not least, the last play I want to get into is Dylan Gunther of the Arizona Coyotes. So I already bet him to get a point. But I also like him to score a goal. in this one. And, reason being, if you look at his last 10, he scored 5. He scored, how many goals? He scored 6 goals in his last 10 games. He scored in 5 of those last 10. Head to head, he did score in his last game against Chicago. On the season, let me just look it up real quick, because he spent some time in the AHL. He's projected to play on the second line, I believe, but he's top power play. So he only played 45 games last season, but he had 18 goals and 17 assists in those games. In his career, he's got 24 goals and 50 points in 78 games. So he's shown that he's a goal scorer, and going up against a team that gives up a lot of goals, and we still expect to keep giving up lots of goals. I think you can take a play at his anytime goal, which was around plus 200 last I saw it. But you could also bet him just to get a point as well at minus 130. He's a guy I really like to take a step this season. I'm just looking at the line combinations again real quick. So he's projected to play Logan Cooley. So another play I don't hate either. If you want to do a little parlay, thinking that guys on the same line can connect, I always like to go with the Clayton Keller, Nick Schmaltz combo. But another one you could look at, because you get really good odds with it this year, is Logan Cooley and Dylan Gunther, both to get a point. That'll bring you back a nice plus money play. But yeah, I really, really like Utah this year. I'm really interested to see how their lines go, because right now the best value that you're getting is with Gunther and Logan Cooley, who have something to prove, but have shown that they have the potential to be elite scorers in this league. So I'm going to take a shot on opening night for them to see if they can't make daddy some money. So we'll have another video on Wednesday. There's a lot more games on that day, and I'll have some player props for you. I may have a puck line parlay for you. But the main thing I know I'm going to want to talk about going into Wednesday night, so the next video, is I want to talk about live betting strategy. So I make most of my money betting NHL, betting live. And I won't go into my strategy, but there's a couple games that'll be on Wednesday night where I'm already looking ahead at, well, if certain things happen, I'm strategizing to bet those games live. And I'll explain that on the next video. If anything you guys like, any plays you're riding with, let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all the shit they tell you to do. And we'll see you in the next one. All right, guys? Peace.